How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at some sleeper cars on OfferUp. Now, it's pretty hard to find a sleeper car. A lot of people gloss over them because they're not too flashy, but we found some and we got some pulled today, so we'll be taking a look at a couple of those. I told you guys in yesterday's Ricer Cars on Craigslist video that if we hit 5,000 likes, I would film this video, and you guys did it in one day. I didn't expect that, so here I am. I'm a man of my word. So if we get this video to 5,000 likes, then I will do subscriber, Ricer nice. That's like a walk in the park for you guys. You guys are going to be there before the day's even over. You guys are quick. Anyways, we have to talk about this car first. Before we dive into the cool sleepers, let's talk about this car. And I want you guys to decide if this Mustang GT is truly worth $75,000. 74 and some change. First thing we notice is it's a very nice looking Mustang just off the bat. It's got a nice satin purple wrap on it, a wide body kit, some nice wheels, decent fitment. But why would you chop your roof off your car? You can buy a Mustang convertible or you can buy a Mustang hardtop. They do not come Targa top. You can't do that to your car. And taking a saw to it and just chopping it out, this is probably one of the worst things you can do to your car. Now, I wonder if his roll cage is actually helping, but your roof is a structural part of your car. It helps keep your frame from flexing. And so maybe his roll cage is helping him there, but still, I mean, this isn't good for airflow. This isn't good for aerodynamics. This isn't good for frame rigidity. I mean, this isn't good. I mean, look, it's just exposed. Someone just straight up took a hacksaw to it and just called it a day. Why is this photo so processed? Jesus. It looks like it's had more work done to it than a Kardashian. Anyway, the wide body kit and everything else on this car looks legit, okay? The wheels look nice. It looks like a show car. It says it was a SEMA car, yada, yada, yada. It looks like a legit build, okay? If I saw this at a car meet, it would be cool. I'm just wondering, $75,000 for a Mustang GT. We're not talking GT350 modified. We're talking Mustang GT. I can't imagine it getting that much money. It does have a Vortec V3, which is sick. I mean, he's got all the bells and whistles of a show car, but $75,000? You can go ahead and read through all this if you want. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is expensive, but I mean, if it's a SEMA car, it's probably all like given to you. A handful of sponsorships here and there, and now you're trying to just profit off of it. I mean, exterior wise, this car looks pretty sick. It's a little bit too overdone for my taste, but I see as a show car, I see a lot of you guys would probably appreciate this. Personally, not my favorite, but as a show car, like I said, it's pretty sick. It's a pretty good looking car. But I just can't imagine a Mustang GT for $75,000. I don't care how much carbon fiber or carbon fiber overlays you got on your car. $75,000, that's a lot of money. You could buy a used Lamborghini for that price. I don't know. I'm just really curious on your guys' opinion on this. I can see this maybe fetching $50,000, but 75, Jesus Christ, man. Anyways, let me know your guys' comments on this. He doesn't say how much power he's making. I'm assuming anywhere between 7, maybe 800 wheel, but I still think that's a little bit too optimistic for this build, but who knows? All right, next car. Here we go. First sleeper. Drew, that's a Toyota Supra. We all know those come with 1,000 wheel horsepower. That's not a sleeper. Listen here. I'm going to set the record straight. They do not come with 1,000 wheel horsepower. You could Google it. It's like 320 crank. Okay, so I know you guys might be thinking, Drew, it's a Supra. No one would think that shit's slow. 320 is not that fast. You could build them, but 320 stock is not that fast. Anyways, if you saw this just cruising down the road, you wouldn't think two shits about it. The whole point of a sleeper is it looks stealthy. This looks like a stock Supra. Besides the wheels in the back and the bead locks, it looks stock. Okay, obviously it's on its drag setup here, but look at this picture. That looks like a pretty stock Supra to me. I wouldn't guess 1,000 horsepower. I know a lot of you JDM fanboys and a lot of you 12-year-olds are probably like, 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower Supra. Relax, take a couple deep breaths. You don't want to breathe in too much air and get sick. Let's go ahead and take a look on what's going on here. So it's a 1,000 wheel horsepower Toyota Supra. Obviously a big turbo, obviously a 2JZ motor, and obviously a lot of money dumped into it. I mean, look, if you got wheels and tires like that, it's a serious setup. If you have a parachute on your car, it's a serious setup, okay? That Mustang, that thing did not have a parachute. And this guy's actually charging $75,000. And he actually has 1,000 wheel horsepower. The interior, he has, dude, these things alone are expensive. You go and look one of these up, they're almost like $1,000. So that's money right there. The interior is full race car. Looks like he has a carbon fiber roll cage, which is money too. Underneath the hood, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's 1,000 horsepower right there. Look how big that turbo is. Jesus Christ. It looks like an elephant's trunk for the damn intake tube. This is a sexy engine bay right here. This is goals right here. This is a nice engine bay. But like I said, a sleeper build is supposed to just be stealthy on the exterior and very high performance underneath the hood. You would think a Supra is a fast car. Yes, okay, if you saw this cruising, you would think it's pretty quick, but you would not guess. If you saw it on the street setup, you would not guess this thing is putting out 1,000 wheel horsepower. Let's see his description. So it says, car made 1,100 plus horsepower on only boost, no bottle. E85 tuned, Jesus Christ. Garrett GTX 4202 turbo, Jesus Christ. Fully built motor. I mean, if you really want to sit here and just go grab some lotion and read this, go ahead. I wish OfferUp had clips, man. Just imagine listening to this thing. This thing would sound like every JDM fanboy's wet dream. All right, next car. This one sold. $7,800, 900 horsepower Honda Civic for only $7,800. Look it, you can get 1,100 or 1,200 horsepower Supra for $75K, or you can go and buy a Honda and get 900 horsepower for less than $10K. Wow. And with wheels and tires like that, you ain't hooking to shit. This shit is gonna roll around like ice skates. Now, if this thing had a front bumper, it would be a mad sleeper. Right now, I mean, it looks like a race car. With no front bumper, it looks like a race car. But picture this cruising down the highway with a bumper on. You wouldn't think two shits about it. You would think some homeboy's just going to get some groceries, okay? He probably has a mask on and everything, trying to avoid getting sick. You wouldn't think anything of it. Underneath the hood, I mean, even at first glance, you wouldn't think too much of it. Obviously, these headers look crazy, wild, and there is a turbo right here. But at first glance, you know, there's no red pool noodles. There's no spray paint. There's no shit under here that's not supposed to be here. But when you start looking around, you start noticing little details that only tuners would notice. And then we go to the interior. Looks damn near stock. Besides the roll cage, looks damn near stock. Not fully gutted, no racing seats. Exactly how a sleeper should be. Looks stock. You wouldn't suspect shit. You would think some guy just threw in a roll cage in his car and is calling it a day. Oh, I see that all the time. You see a lot of Hondas with harness bars and roll cages, but they ain't got shit underneath the hood. They're just getting groceries, and that's fine. If you want to modify your car and do it that way, you could, but you're just wasting your own money. Exterior, look at this. No parachute, no nothing. No slicks, no nothing. You know what that means? No traction, no nothing. Different angle of underneath the hood, and we do see how big that turbo is. I mean, that's a meaty turbo right there. If you're gonna build a Honda, in my book, there's only one way to do it, and it's like this. Anything else is unacceptable. Anyway, the exterior, like I said, low key. The whole point of a sleeper, stealth. That's the whole point, and it's cool. I love sleepers, man. I wish I would do this, but I just like modifying my car to look nice too. That's the only thing. I'm not a huge fan of stock looking cars, but if you're putting out mad horsepower, then that's pretty cool. 2000 Honda Civic EX model. Clean title, nice. 10-point cage. Holy crap. Drilled and slotted rotors. Okay, you're skipping over the important stuff. Where is the turbo? B18 B1 block, RS machined. Type R cam. Turbo precision 7285. And then he also has a bunch of supporting mods to make sure that it is a healthy motor at the same time, like the catch can and all that fun stuff. Again, subtle on the exterior, but underneath the hood, he's here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to shut your mouth about talking shit about Hondas. And for only $7,800, I mean, that's not a bad price. I mean, I'm telling my girlfriend to buy a Mustang or a 350Z for around that price. I mean, if she could get a 900 horsepower Honda Civic for that price, I think she'd be pretty happy. Then again, I don't think she would. I don't think she'd have fun driving it. She's not like me. But that's fine. Everyone has their own cup of tea. Next car, though. Infiniti G37 twin turbo. This thing's pretty much a GTR, just in a G37 skin. That's what the S stands for, skin. And just like any other sleeper out there, exterior, stock. Looks damn near stock. Look at this thing. Nice photos, too. It looks really artsy. But the exterior, stock. It looks like he has 370 wheels, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, you Nissan fanboys. Shoots flames. What's a race car without some flames? But once you take off that front fascia, once you look underneath the hood, you see there's a whole lot of piping going on. And that ain't just for some K&N intake. That right there is for two spoolie snails making a shitload of horsepower. But it's all covered by that really sleek front fascia. Why is this sideways? I'll fix it for you guys, but I have to break my neck to look at this. Interior. Wouldn't guess anything. No A-pillar gauge, no roll cage. He does have his homeboy doing some data logging right there, though, so that's pretty sick. If some guy's about to race you and they got a homie in the passenger seat with a laptop, don't race. You're going to lose. Even at first glance underneath the hood, you wouldn't think two shits about this. If I was walking around at a car meet and I saw this, I'd be like, he's got some cold air intake somewhere. They're probably down on the fender. I wouldn't think anything. But if you look closely, you could see the intercooler. And then you realize, oh shit, homeboy built a GTR. Look at that. Without that bumper, with the intake, the blow-off valves, the intercooler. Damn, that's a thick-ass intercooler too. That boy thick. Like I said, though, key to a sleeper, stealth. You wouldn't think two things about this car. which is the coolest thing ever. All right, let's take a look at his description. 2008 Infiniti G37S twin turbo, tuned on uprev at 6 psi on E54. Damn, so that means it's got more. It's got more to give. It ain't even on E85, and it's only on 6 psi. So it's probably not the fastest thing right now. It might need its motor to be built, but that's all. He says his reason he's selling is he's purchasing a GTR. Buddy, you pretty much have one right there. It's just in a G37 skin. Just put a GTR body kit on it, duh. 370 Nismo race. See, told you. I wish he told me how much it made, man. That's the thing. They won't tell you sometimes. You just got to kind of guess. I'm guessing this car, I mean, it's only 6 psi, E54. I mean, it's making power, but I think 500, if not less, is probably reasonable for what this car's putting out. Correct me, maybe someone down in the comments is more familiar with these cars than me, but I would guess maybe around there. I mean, I might sound stupid, but I know American cars. I don't know imports that well. Overall, though, looks like a really fun car to surprise some people. You would really, really surprise the shit out of a few muscle car people with this car. All right, last car, 03 Dodge Race Truck, 1200 horsepower. Stock on the exterior, but once you look at it a little bit closer, you realize, oh shit, I'm in for a ride of my life. This guy right here would just destroy race meets in SoCal. This thing is ready for the drag strip, though. I don't think this guy's out here doing no street racing. Okay, this guy, I mean, this is a purpose-built truck right here. If you see this thing cruising around on tires like that, I mean, those look like damn NASCAR tires. You see this thing cruising around, it ain't no just run-of-the-mill work truck, okay? He's about to send you to Applebee's for an appetizer, an entree, and some dessert, and he will pay the tip too. Look at that, just subtle, just on the exterior, just a little work truck, just a little work truck, nothing to see here. Then, bucket seat, roll cage, trans brake, looks like all the fun stuff you need to drag race. The rear end looks like, okay, it's just some guy that, you know, has fun with this truck, does some little modding, put some stickers on it, whatever. His exhaust comes out of his bed. Whatever. He's got some smokestacks. Whatever. I wish he showed underneath the hood. He doesn't tell us what it's got. Maybe in his description. Nope. It just says fully built race truck ready to go down the track. I mean, we're going to have to take his word. 1200 horsepower. I mean, looking at those tires and look at all of this really complex work. I mean, I'm not going to doubt him. But at the same time, I would have really liked to see underneath the hood. But it's always good to end on a little quickie right here. Sleepers are hard to come by. And I mean, for $8,000 to get this thing, I mean, it's for sure not street legal, but I mean, who cares anyway, right? I mean, we don't break the law anyways. We're good Samaritans. We just only drive them at the track anyways. We're good boys. Our mama raised us right, okay? We always obey the rules, but I forgot what I was saying. I got off topic. Anyways, yeah, sleepers are really fun. I've encountered a boosted Honda Civic at a race meet. He was the one guy that looked like the stock Honda Civic, and I was like, that guy right there, there's no reason for him to be here unless he's making mad power, and he was able to keep up with my buddy's stock Z01 at the time. He gave him a run for his money, too. I mean, he was keeping up with him well into the 100 miles an hour. I never got a race with him. He would have probably beat me if he was keeping up with my buddy's stock Z01. This is back when I had my saline blower, and I was only making 500 wheel, but still, really respectable right there. For a stock-looking Honda Civic with beat-ass paint to be keeping up with my buddy's stock Z01, I mean, that is pretty sick right there. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to see Subscriber Ricer Nice next, go hit that like button. Let's get it to 5,000 likes. Subscribe to see more videos like this one. Let's keep on growing. I hope you guys stay safe, and until next video, peace.